This is evaluation 6 and we're talking about our research and planning for our thriller.
Something we did do is we watched a few thriller films to give us an influence for like what we was going to use for our thriller. So one we watched was Girl on the Train, and the scene where Megan actually dies in it is really similar to when Millie dies. Well, no, you don't die, but you like nearly die.
You don't know what happens.
Yeah, you don't know what happens. So we took like influence from like the location and like her makeup and her costume, and like how all the men in the film are dominant over Millie, and yeah, so we took a lot of influences from that, which I think really helped, because otherwise we wouldn't have really know what we was doing straight off.
Yeah, so we just gained inspiration and got different ideas from watching previous thrillers that are actually professional production companies. Another thing that we also did was we planned when we were going to film. So we made a planner on a website online, and then we embedded it to our blog, and I think this was Millie's blog post. We set out what time we were doing, what we were filming, when we were doing our blog posts, like how many we should keep up to date with each week. And if we filmed one day, then we would put that on the planner, and if we were editing the next day, then we would add that to the day after, and we'd plan what time, just so that we knew what we were doing, so that we weren't wasting time and we were getting our work done.
In class, we planned out what blogs and evaluations we would do, so to make it easier for us to, when it comes to it, we knew exactly what we were doing. It did work because we knew exactly what we were doing.
Yeah, we sat down with like the sheet that had all the blog Bible and like the evaluation sheets, and we literally sat there and highlighted in different colours like exactly what everyone was doing.
The blog Bible
made it so much easier.
Yeah, because we kind of all knew where we stood. If like there wasn't a blog on there, we knew that it was someone's responsibility to do that blog.
Another thing that we also did was we had a year 13 talk with the year above, so this also prepared us to know what we've got to do for our blogger. So we looked at previous year's blog posts, so that we can gain more inspiration, and they also gave us ideas as to what software we should use to help us create our final thriller and our whole blog posts.
That was helpful.
Looking
at this.
Yeah, because I think
the
even
teachers obviously they can't help us a lot, so.
Yeah, and even when like you don't know how much you're meant to talk about or how much you're meant to write, it's so much easier to look at someone else's who's got a good grade and know that if you've done that much or if it's up to that standard, you kind of know what you're aiming for.
Yeah. Now we're going to be talking about blogging. So this was what technology did we use for our presentation of the information from our blog, and then what did we learn when we were doing, what did we learn in this process. So we're going to talk about what software we used. So first of all, we used Blogger. Blogger we could upload all of our blog posts to. So all the coursework that we did for our media, each one was an individual blog post. So we were given the blog Bible to know what to put up each week, when to put them up. So Blogger was easy to embed things from other software, so that you could just view it straight onto the blog rather than always going onto a hyperlink and viewing it onto another website.
It was like your own like homepage.
Yeah.
And you can view it.
Yeah, so you could just click view and then you view the whole Blogger.
We use like lots of different like websites and softwares. Like one of the major ones we used a lot was Prezi. So this is just like you have loads of different bubbles, and then you like write. It's basically like paragraphs, but you do it in each bubble, and then you like when you're actually viewing it, it goes from like one bubble to the next bubble.
Sort of like a mind map.
Yeah, it's like really nicely laid out. So what all you done with that was you made it on the Prezi website, and then you used the embed code and put it in on the Blogger, and then it transferred over. So that was really nice, because I feel like instead of just reading a document, it's nice to actually read stuff, and it's quite creative. So that was a nice way of doing it.
We also use Calameo.
So that was good for writing, like a lot of writing stuff.
So, but when you use Calameo, you have to use Word as well.
Yeah.
So you would type everything up that you'd want on Word, and then embed it onto Calameo, which would then embed onto Blogger. Because obviously we weren't allowed to actually post anything straight onto the blog. We had to put everything onto another piece of software.
You can't embed from Word, so you couldn't use Word.
Yeah, we couldn't use Word, so that's why we had to put it onto Calameo.
Another one we used was PictoChart. That was like you had to do loads of different slides of like PowerPoints, and you could like write and insert images, and then you had to embed it and put it on the blog.
I used Canva for our evaluation, and that was quite good. That was like a presentation, like PowerPoint thing. It was easy to put pictures and stuff like that on there as well. Easy to embed. And that was good.
Another one was SlideShare. So again, as we were saying, you can't just put stuff from Word straight on the blog. You have to kind of find another software to use it. It's the same with PowerPoint, but SlideShare is literally like identical to PowerPoint. So you just upload it to there and then upload it to the blog. So it's still like PowerPoint on the blog, but you just use another software.
We're now going to talk about construction, which is the technology we use when we actually filmed our thriller.
So like, I think the first thing we used to actually film was when we done our prelim, was we used an iPhone, and I think we knew straight away that we didn't want to actually use an iPhone for the actual thriller. I mean, the quality just wasn't very good and it was really hard to use, and I think we just knew we needed a nicer technology.
So then I decided to use my Canon camera, which is really good for quality, but it was really difficult to film on, getting stuff to focus and that. It was really difficult. Like, we couldn't really work it out.
We didn't have a stand, did we, to put the camera on? So then when we were filming, because we wanted to film Millie running, and it would have been a bit hard to keep the camera steady.
It was really unsteady.
We then went on to using a GoPro, which was much easier to film our thriller on it, because we could get loads of wide shots and like different shots that other people couldn't get.
Yeah, it's like made our thriller really unique.
Yeah, it was so much more steady, the camera, and
because it follows like every direction you go.
When we got the shot of Millie running and no one else had that, it was good shot.
We couldn't have filmed it on the Canon one.
No, yeah.
So then when we filmed on the GoPro, the footage that we filmed downloaded straight to our iPhone, so then we could just view the footage back and look at what we had filmed.
Knew what we had to change and film again.
So when and then when we sent it to the GoPro, this instantly uses the software of Splice, which is another app that we use when filming. So when we used it on Splice, we sent it straight to the laptop, so we used a HP laptop. However, when we sent it to Splice on this laptop, the titles and the credits didn't look as good, like the fonts of the writing weren't good enough. You couldn't create your own music on there. So then we sent it to my Apple Mac laptop. This way I downloaded iMovie, and we could just, it was much easier to just download it on there because it's much quicker and you could just transfer things much easier.
It's a lot more professional, definitely.
Now we're going to talk about our post-production, which is the technologies we use when we was editing our thriller.
So the first software we used was iMovie. Only thing with iMovie is on the iPhone you can't add any credits or any titles or any music to the background. It was a bit difficult to add any like sound effects and stuff like that. You could add sound effects, but they weren't as high quality. So then I decided to use Splice, because obviously we used the GoPro, so it went straight onto Splice. That was also quite difficult because although you could add credits, they weren't very good fonts, they weren't as high quality, and you couldn't add music to the background there. So then what we decided to do was send it to my Apple MacBook laptop. So I did the editing on there, and we did that on iMovie. iMovie was very accessible and easy to use because I made my own music on there. It was easy to crop footage, make it easier.
Easier to put the credits on.
Yeah, we added credits, so the ones that we used were much more high quality with the black background, and it just looked more realistic. And then to download the video onto our Blogger, I downloaded it straight to YouTube. So YouTube, when I uploaded it to that, you could just easily, rather than using it as a hyperlink, just embed the code onto the Blogger, view it straight on the blog. Because if you download the video straight to the Blogger, it doesn't come out very big. It comes out very blurry. With YouTube also, you can't use copyright with the music, so that's why I also had to make my own music.
That was quite difficult.
So to find music, So, but we finally found it maybe a couple of days before we filmed our final thriller. So overall, I used iMovie, Splice, and then downloaded it straight to YouTube. YouTube was also quite good when looking at other blogs from previous years to know what our thriller should look like for a more successful thriller.